are now in chapter 5, where we're going to be looking at conditional rendering. In this chapter, we'll explore functionality to give us more control in rendering HTML via JSX. So the first thing we're going to look at is inline if with the double ampersand operator. So if you suppose that we want to show or hide part of a view depending on some condition, for example, our list of products, but if there are no products to display, we want to display a message like no product to display on the page. To do so in product.js of the existing project from the previous chapter, we're gonna add this. So you can see here we have this list products.length is greater than 0, and then we're gonna have this double ampersand and to show us this, and we have it here equals to 0 with this double ampersand again, right? So when we run our app, we should see the products displayed the same as before, but if we comment out our hard-coded data in the product.js and return an empty array instead, we should get the following message which says no products to display, right? Then we can use the JavaScript logical AND operator to conditionally show list products if list products dot length is greater than 0. So if the condition is true, that is list products dot length is greater than 0, is true, the element right after the double ampersand, which is the tag here with the list products in between the tags, will appear in the output. If it is false, React will just ignore and skip it, right? So we can use the JavaScript conditional operator as a ternary operator also, just like this, where we have the condition, a question mark, and then true, colon, false, right? So we have this right here, as you can see it, we can put it as a ternary operator, and this is what it's going to look like with the two conditions. And above, what this is saying is that if list products.length is greater than 0, then we are going to show this. However, if it is false, then we will show this, right? So I'm going to move on to props children now, and I'm just going to show this implementation of a bootstrap jumbotron component. As you can see it here, that's what that's going to look like, right? So the jumbotron component is called in app.js, and we're gonna use oh sorry, I'm in the wrong chapter here. So on our app.js here, now app.js, we import jumbotron component from jumbotron component, as you can see here, and then we just put it in our return method, right? And we want to insert the content into the jumbotron component from the outside. So to do so, we are going to use this .props.children as shown below, right? As you can see here, we have this constructor of ours, and we're gonna have this props children, right? So if there is a string in between an opening and closing tag, the string is passed as a special props.children. So in the code above, this .props.children will be the string between jumbotron component and the closing tag of that jumbotron component as shown in our code, right? So this is what it's going to look like, as you can see here, and there's the closing tag. So in summary, in this chapter, we introduced the inline if with a double send operator that gives us more conditional control in rendering our JSX. We have also learned about inserting content into components from the outside using our props.children. So in our browser, this is what's going to look like. This is the jumbotron that we have here. So thank you. That was chapter 5. I was the